Welcome to D1 Debate 1 between two champions, United States and Japan. Mr. James Nicholas Papatones won the championship when he was only 14 years old. He was 14, and since he's been a lawyer and champion debater. It thrills me.
And it thrills me to have you next to me, too.
Next
have
to
a champ, yeah.
Champ!
A real champ,
A real champ. So we're going to have a battle. Nothing to rehearse. So we go in cold. And the purpose of the debate, let's say, Donald Trump, will he survive 4 years?
Trump is an enigma wrapped around a mystery. Everybody who was anybody in Washington, Tokyo, any of the major capitals, said Trump was going to die the minute he stepped foot in the primary race. Predictions of Trump's doom abounded. You couldn't find a voice, except perhaps mine, that thought Trump had a chance. And yet, Trump rewrote the rules of campaigning. He rewrote the rules. He took the level of campaigning down from Supreme Court Justice, a la Ted Cruz, whom I've met, right down to the 4th or 5th grade, which was the average level at which he spoke to the American people. And he communicated masterfully. He succeeded in getting a message across to the American people of America winning again, of America first, of America once again succeeding to its greatness of the past, a back to the future. That was the message that resounded, and he defeated 17 major primary candidates with that message.
I totally disagree with you. You know, 3 reasons. Number 1, you are wrong about him. Number 2, he was wrong. He's the wrong chief executive officer of the United States. Number 3, he's bad. He was born bad, growing up bad. He would make America's break bad. Number 1, you said it was ready to recreate the rules.
He recreated them.
He destroyed the rules of debate. That wasn't the kind of the debate that you were supposed to be having right here. He said to Hillary Clinton, she should be in jail. What kind of a logic is this? But it totally disfiguring the nature of the debate. He shouldn't get the job. He's the wrong guy for, or as a nation's chief executive officer. In other words, number 2, he's the wrong guy for that job. He flip-flops. And, you know, he keeps changing. He's the kind of guy who woos a woman and lets go of her as soon as he gets sick and tired of dealing with the same woman, same man for that matter. He says, "You're fired." The politics isn't a practice. Reality show. Number 3, he was bad. He was a king of the air. So he was a Casanova, you know. He's a rotten to the core. So who knows? To borrow your word, he should have inherited the nice, beautiful tradition of the United States. He shouldn't come clean, destroying the can I say, ethos of the United States. How do you counter that?
Well, what are we debating, my friend? Are we debating whether he should have won, or are we debating why he won? You cannot change history. Donald Trump won. He beat 17 Republican candidates. He rewrote the rules of presentation, of campaigning. He brought the level of discourse down from a Ted Cruz, who, frankly speaking, I admire very much. And I think you admire him too.
Yeah, I admire it. Yeah.
But he brought the level of discourse down so that the average American could resonate, could understand, could adopt, could be impassioned by what Donald Trump was saying, and Ted Cruz couldn't do that.
Okay, Ted Cruz is a friend of yours, but he could have made it instead of Donald Trump. I'm under the impression you were saying he could have been the right guy for that. He was a debater.
You had 17 other Republicans that wouldn't bow out. That's why.
Bow out,
so Trump won with 35% of a following. He could win a primary election.
He was the wrong guy,
just
or the
35.
system was wrong. Ted Cruz should have made it, but it showed something wrong with the system of the United States.
Well, what it showed was you had an American electorate that was sick and tired of seeing America second, American third, seeing America paying for the United Nations, seeing America paying for alliances, seeing Japan with a better train system than America, seeing Germany with a better train system than America, Germany with a better health system, England with a better health system, Japan with a better health system. Why should America pay for all of that? That was the question Donald Trump raised to the American voters, and that was the major reason that Trump won, because only Trump could capture the trust of the American voters.
Okay, you're dead wrong about that. It takes a guy like Donald Trump to pull out of the France.
Did he win?
Climate.
Did he win?
No, he's losing.
Of course he won. He won the primary, then he won the election.
It's a matter of opinion.
It's a historical fact. He won.
The United Nations Secretary General demanding that he apologize, or he may try to come right back to the climate accord. But he's spoiling he's playing like a spoiled brat. He's a man baby.
Trump captured the passion of the forgotten American, much the same way Dick Nixon did back in '72. He appealed to the forgotten American using a completely different style.
Adolf Hitler manipulated media, you know? He is a dictator.
Donald Trump was counted out by 99.9999999% of the American media because he was thought to be a joke. And he proved that he was a serious candidate, that he could resonate with the American people, that he could be a winner. And even though 17 Republicans stayed almost until the bloody end, he won the nomination. Now, maybe I didn't like him better than Cruz, maybe you didn't like him better than Cruz, but I respect Donald Trump. And I suggest that you begin respecting Donald Trump because he is the president of the United States.
Because before he gets assassinated, because the people are referring him to Julius Caesar, who's to Brutus. Who knows? The Brutus might turn out to be his son-in-law, part of the Jewish crowd. And it said, oh, you too. So he might end up on the wrong side of it.
Well, until yesterday, nobody had seen his son-in-law speak. But judging from the way he speaks, I don't think he's Brutus. I think he's a very tender guy. You know, he doesn't.
Well, let's agree to disagree. Wish to have a
very tender
another
guy.
round on the debate.
Okay. You know, Michi, one of the things that catches me about Japan.
日本のことでですね、ちょっと考えることがあったんです。Don't stop. Keep on talking.
This is the Wall Street Journal.
Wall Street Journal.
Now, your very, very able staff stopped me from having a pile of these Wall Street Journals on the table. And I had those on the table to prove a point about Japan. The stack of the journals was this high, and yet not one Wall Street Journal had Japan in the headline. I'm a third-generation Greek American, and Greece was in 2 of the headlines. Japan was in 0 headlines. What is happening to Japan?
日本はなんでこんなに透明 人間ばかり
Why
の
is
集まりでしょ
Japan
う
so
か。
afraid,
日本
so
は
terrified
なんでですね、
of being in the
表に出て
headlines in the
その
world? Why does
ウォール
Japan want to
ストリートジャーナ
withdraw
ルの
into a
見出しを
Galapagos,
飾ろう
not
としない
being
と
counted,
日本
not
人は
being
ガラパゴスの
perceived,
人間のよ
not
う
being
に
a
滅
major
びて
power
いく
player
形
in
じ
the
ゃないですか。
world?
なんで世界でもっとメジャープレイヤーになろうとしないんですか。
What happened to the Japan of the
日
Meiji
本
era
の明治時代のもっとマシだったじゃないですか。
when Japan
日本というのは
reversed
ですね、
unfair
やっ
treaties
ぱり
with
こ
the
の
West,
不平等
built up a
を
military,
変えちゃって
defeated
岩
Russia
倉
for the
の
first
形で
time in
初めてロシアを
an
破
Asian
って
country
で
had
すね、
defeated a
アジア
Western
で
country in
西
history.
洋の
What's happened to
やっ
Japan
た
since
日
that
露戦争
time?
のことを思い出してください。一体日本はどうなっちゃったんですか。
You know, it was a
だか
Japanese
ら日
admiral
本のその提督っていう
that
の
saved
は
my
ですね、
grandparents
自分
during
の
the
おじさん
Turkish
を
Ottoman
トルコの
slaughter
オトマ
in
ントルコ、オスマン
1921.
トルコの1921 1921
Japan
年に
was one of five
日本は
nations
5強国の一つであってですね、
patrolling the Mediterranean.
その地中海はずっとパトロール
The
してたから
Turks
です
started
トルコが
massacring
最
Greeks
初
in
が
Smyrna.
ギリシャをコテンパンに虐殺
And the
したとです
British
ね、
Navy said,
イギリス
we
は
are going to remain
もうこれ
neutral.
は我々は
Neutral,
関与しない
neutral,
我々は
neutral. Don't
中
get
立
into it.
中立だから俺たちは
Japanese
私
admiral said,
まあ、かかり
human
ない
life
ことでございますというよう
is
なことを
more
言ってたんですけど、
important
日本はですね違ったんです。
than British orders.
でイギリスの海域
Japan
の中に入
violated
って
the
日
order
本がその海域を
of the British
破
captain
ってまでイギリスの中に関与して
started saving
そ
Greeks,
してギリシャ
including my
を助けてくれた
grandparents.
んですよね。それがね、やっぱちの、おじさんからず
The
っと引き継
brightest
がれて
moment
い
in
る
Japanese
こんなに
history.
小さいのが
The
なんで
only
ここま
moment
で来たのか。
Japan has violated the orders of a major power, and back in 1921, England was the major power on earth. England had the biggest navy, England had the biggest power, and England said, don't get involved. And the Japanese captain said, no, we will start saving Greeks. And then the American ships started saving Greeks. And then the French ships started saving Greeks. And then the Italian ships started saving Greeks. And over 300,000 Greeks were ultimately saved because of the courage and because of the bravery of one Japanese captain, one Japanese admiral, violating the British orders. And the brightest moment in Japan's history. And you know, I wonder, why doesn't Japan teach this fact in grammar school, in junior high school, in high school? Why doesn't Japan let its students know the proudest moments in Japan's history? Japan, oh, I'm sorry. Okay, Japan must rediscover its glory. Japan must go back to the future. Japan must rediscover its greatness. That's my vision for Japan.
どうもありがとうございました。
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.